on court is going to be the third of the women's singles as Lena Kelt takes on J.Subandhi. Alongside me then to watch these closing two rubbers now is silver medal winner in the Uber Cup, Jill Clark. And she represented England on many occasions. Jill, it's been a closer encounter than I think anyone would have expected, this match between Denmark and the USA.
Much, much closer. I mean, it's the wonderful thing about this competition. You know, the Americans get the opportunity to play against top Danes in world badminton, and you know, and they've grasped that opportunity very well indeed. I have to say that last women's doubles, I found absolutely extraordinary. The world number 5s playing against the world number 30s, and you would never, ever have guessed there was that sort of a difference between their overall standard in as far as the world ranking is concerned. I thought the Danes, I have to be honest, looked a little bit sloppy. It looked to me as if they'd come out sort of thinking, we're going to beat the Americans, this is just a warm-up match. And now, of course, there's a lot of pressure on this lady, just a youngster, 18 years of age, and only just 18 years of age, and all the pressure is on her.
Yeah, Lena Kelt here up against J.Subandhi. As you say, only just 18, one of the up-and-coming stars in Danish badminton. She's taking on Subandi here, who's only just back in badminton action. In fact, when they show the world ranking, you'll see she hasn't got one officially. She took a break out of the game. But for J.Subandhi, it's all just beginning at 18. How good a player is she, do you think, Jill?
Well, there's been an awful lot of talk about her in the Danish media, and certainly her junior results have been absolutely outstanding. But what's really interesting from my point of view is that Denmark has now decided they want her to concentrate on women's singles. That's understandable. They're looking for somebody to replace Tina Baun when Tina retires after the Olympic Games. But when you look at her junior results, actually, you know, she was European junior champion in the mixed doubles. She was a bronze medalist at the World Junior Championships in girls doubles, and here she is now concentrating on singles. So she's started her badminton career really on the doubles front. But it's very interesting because I think that, you know, it's very much part of the development of the badminton player to play all three disciplines when you're younger. But what's unusual is to enjoy success in doubles and then concentrate on singles. Having said that, there's a very famous Dane who's leading the Thomas Cup squad who did exactly the same thing. Peter Gade, his first major title, World Junior Champion in men's doubles. And look what he's achieved in men's singles. World number 1. 4 World Championship medals, All England champion. Must be something to it.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good path to follow, isn't it, in terms of Peter Gade.
Okay, players, get ready.
The umpire just telling the players ready here. Diraj Gunedi. So a bit of pressure, as you say, on this young girl's shoulders, J.Subandhi, with the match at 2-1. Women's doubles still to come. Rupke and Kruse up against the Wang sisters.
Yeah, that one could be interesting.
On my right, USA represented by J.Subandhi. And on my left, Denmark represented by Lena Kelt. USA start, love all, play.
Denmark are being made to fight for their win over the United States here this afternoon in the Wuhan Sports Centre. This is an interesting match, isn't it? Subandi, who was swept aside yesterday by Minasu Mitani, up against the young Dane.
Service over, 1-all.
It's a nice touch early on from Subandi.
2-1. 3-1.
Yeah, she's looking a little nervous to me. Subandi needed to have played that last one. I thought the net shot was going wide.
Service over. 4-2.
That's long from L.Kjaersfeldt.
5-2.
You say a rather nervy start, maybe as expected. That's nice though from Subandi.
6-2.
Yeah, not only good technique there, but great awareness of where her opponent was positioned on court. Hit into the open space.
Service over. 3-6.
She's a little bit guilty of having played the serve. She's backtracking on in court. She's got to stand her ground. You've got to look for the net. Well, you've got to ask yourself, why are you going to play the low serve in the first place? What are you looking for? And most players are looking for the net reply.
Service over. 4-7.
To settle now.
6-7.
L.Kjaersfeldt.
All.
Oh, a number of times she's done that. That's
Service
absolutely
over.
delightful. Subandi just swaying her body one way and yet playing the check net shot. And at the moment, the Danes just not able to react to it.
That's good. Nice shot, Subandi. She struggled yesterday. She was at university at UCLA, famous university in America, and she decided to stop playing badminton for a while. Mistake there by L.Kjaersfeldt. But she's decided to give the game a go again. Last weekend she finished second at the Boston Open, an international event, obviously in the north of America. She was a bronze medalist at the Nationals in America back in April.
Service over. 8-10. All.
And after a sticky start, L.Kjaersfeldt actually goes into the interval out in front.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 rallies she's done really well about getting Subandi to the back of the court, getting the shuttle behind her. And that, of course, allows the tall Dane to then dominate from the front of the court.
Passing, not successful too much. Why? Because pay attention already. You play one time, but go inside a bit. One time, and then move the opponent. Go here and go again. Okay, not always concentrate the forehand. Forehand is okay, but not easy outside. Okay, you must change it. If you miss, not miss it. Change the way and go back. Okay, not always one way.
Great pictures of how every part of the
11,
body is stretched.
10, play.
Inspiration to get to the shuttle.
Service over, 11, all. Service over, 12, 11.
Yeah, she had to be careful the way she finished that off. Didn't want to take the shuttle before it had crossed over the line of the net. And what's impressive now is the way that she really is using those deep corners so well. Kjaersfeldt.
14, 11.
You talk about trying to take the mantle from Tina Bao. She's a tall girl, isn't she? Similar kind of build
15,
as well to Tina.
11.
You mentioned that she hasn't played that much singles. Partly some of it apparently is down to the fact that she's had a bit of a knee injury. And obviously at this stage of her career didn't want to stretch her too much.
Service over, 12, 15. Thirteen, 15.
Starting to assume some kind of control now. There is Tina Bao.
16, 13. Seventeen, 13.
Yes, Karina Jorgensen, who I'm sure will be relieved if Lena here can take the vital point.
Service over, 14,
Luck of the net
17.
cord helping the American on that occasion. How many times now has she pushed deep into Subandi's forehand corner,
14.
got a weak reply and then been able to finish off the rally? It's obviously a weakness.
Service over, 15, 18. Service over, 19, 15.
Yeah, once again, pushed flat deep into that forehand corner.
15.
So 5 game points here for Lena Kjaersfeldt. And in the end, it was pretty comfortable. It was a sticky start, but she really showed some classy play as the game went on. 21-15 the margin of that first game, and Denmark closing in on victory here.
men du vinder klart størstedelen af dem. Ikke? Det er det, der er allervigtigst, synes jeg. Du kan stadig huske, snart hun kommer fremad, og hun ikke møder bolden første gang. Så kommer en kort. Hun har ikke lavet den her, og så ligger den langt endnu. Så må du gerne bare blive stående, og hvis den så lange kommer, så smækker vi den bare væk, så du er mere fremadrettet. De gange, hvor du får sådan, hvor hun laver de der lidt flade, så bare tænk på, at du ikke at komme helt ned til bagbanen, bare den, hun kommer lidt væk, fordi hun er allerede på vej fremad.
Jeg har skudt den ud.
Ja, men bare tænk på, at hun har krydsen måske. Så gør det ikke så meget, at den ikke ligger helt på baglinjen, i forhold til det. Så bare give den en lille smule mindre, hvis du kan. Ja. Er du okay? Okay.
Know a little bit of Danish, but were you able to pick up anything of what the girls was saying?
No, I'm afraid couldn't really hear.
Yeah. But one would assume she got more of the same aggression that she showed in that second half of the game, really. Stick to that tactic of pushing it to Subandi's forehand.
20 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think those
20
statistics emphasise that point. You know, winners from the net, the hold and flick deep into that forehand corner, really making the big difference. Something else that picking up from those stats is the fact that Subandi really hasn't been mixing up her service at all.
Second game, long ball, play. Service over, 1 love. Two love. Three love.
3 unforced errors. The young Dane. That's a nice rally though. Took control from the onset, dictated the pace.
3.
To control the front of the court, absolutely vital in badminton.
Two, 3.
What I've noticed from Lena Kjaersfeldt start of the game, you can expect her to be nervous and a lot of pressure on her shoulders, but I mean, outwardly at least never seems to be showing any of it. She seems very calm.
I watched her in training the other day here in Wuhan, but this is the first time I've actually watched her in competition play because she's been concentrating on the junior events. And I have to say, like you, I'm been impressed so far with the whole attitude. You know, she hasn't panicked when she was down in that opening game. She's kept her focus, kept her resolve. And I can see, skill-wise, I think that her racket skills, her tactical awareness, you know, occasionally she's playing a naive shot, but basically it's all there. You know, and given 2 or 3 years when physically she develops a little bit more, she is going to be a world-class player. You see, look at that. That's just wonderful shot. Great awareness, great skill. And when she's getting behind the shuttle, she has those options. Yeah, and again. You know, watching her play, when she's got herself into position, she's got so many opportunities because she's got huge repertoire of shots. Her problem is at the moment is she's not fast enough and physically she's not strong enough in her legs. So at times she's not really getting behind the shuttle. But that will come. That will come in time.
Service over. 9-5.
Oh, it's a lovely rally.
Subandi got back a few shots there that she had no right to.
9.
Well, determination paid off. Look at that one.
Fault.
Yeah, good angle
Service
smash.
over. 10-6.
Yeah, that was a prime example of not really getting behind the shuttle, and that's why she made the error. Delightful. That really is such a good shot. Slicing across the feathers creates extra spin, and the extra spin makes the shuttle come down so much steeper.
Særligt for at være helt nede og være ops på det, fordi langsomt der, så de har svært ved at få den ned. De er stadig fint, når du er i offensiv, når du står godt til det og laver noget.
We will have the fifth match of Yuba Cup Group C, women's doubles in court 3. Representing
The Yuba Cup clash between Denmark and the United States of America has been a close run affair. L.Kjaersfeldt here a game up, and now at 11-8 up here in the second game. They have a chance to seal the victory.
Service over. 9-11.
Oh, that's nice. There's such a difference when you dress the shuttle early at the net. Came from above the shuttle, therefore you can play the net shot, or she did on that occasion that little hold and flick deep into court. Yeah, totally outmaneuvered her opponent on that occasion.
13-10.
And that really is what singles is all about, trying to outmaneuver your opponent using all four corners of the court, patiently waiting for the right opportunity.
Nice shot from Subandi there in response, but I suppose in the same way that when Tina Baum took on Marina Wang in the opening game, big height difference isn't there as well between the players. How much of an advantage is that then?
12-13.
It's a great advantage if you're hitting down. It's not such an advantage if you're defending, because obviously you've got to get down lower the taller you are, and that's one of the beauties of badminton, is that, you know, all different heights of players can play to the very, very elite level. In tennis nowadays, basically, even for the women, if you're not nearing 6 foot tall, you're struggling.
Service over.
Very few players.
14,
You name me one of
12.
the top men's tennis players that's not 6 foot or above. Not the case in badminton.
15, 12.
Nice again. Subandi's trying
Service
to make a
over.
fist of this.
13, 15.
Yeah, she's got some good skills.
Interesting she took a sabbatical from the game, concentrate on her studies. Difficulty in getting from university to where the training camp would have been. So took a little bit of time out, but now she's back in the badminton fold.
Service over. 16, 13.
Yeah, I think also the whole setup of badminton in the United States of America, it's very, very difficult for the players to play full time, and therefore they are students or they have jobs,
14,
and therefore then travelling around the world to the tournaments, which is what you need to do to get your world ranking up, is very, very difficult. And therefore, if you're only playing domestic events, the motivation perhaps at times is lacking because you're not getting the opportunity to play against some of these great players, and that's the beauty of this competition.
As you look at the results yesterday in particular, and obviously it's more of the same today, where it's 5-0, 5-0, 5-0, but the Netherlands showed yesterday that, the experience can work. They beat Chinese Taipei, and again here America have shown it's been a worthwhile exercise for them to be here with, the way that they pushed in the women's double in the last game, and the fact that Iris Wang got her victory as well in the women's singles.
Yeah, it's interesting because there's been some talk of changing the whole format of this Thomas and Uber Cup, and at the moment we have all 5 continents represented, and personally I think that's a great thing for the sport. It's a good punch clear, attacking clear, not giving the shuttle too much height.
19. Service over.
So
20.
match points have arrived for Denmark.
15.
And it's out from Subandi. And Lena Kjaersfeldt, the 18-year-old, has taken Denmark over the line. An unassailable 3-1 lead now, thanks to her straight games win, 21-15.
Match won by Denmark, 21-15, 21-16.
Yeah, confirmation of the result from J.Subandhi there. And a very impressive performance from Lena Kjaersfeldt. I'm sure we're going to see quite a bit of her in years to come as well. Confirmation there in just under 25 minutes. 21-15, 21-16 the scoreline. Her teammates enjoyed it as well. Serve in the whole of the game. Kjaersfeldt, more overhead winners, more winners from the net. And, well, she did more than enough to get the job done. there you go. Denmark have beaten the United States of America 3-1. The scoreline after 4.